Hey guys, welcome back to another Regular Dude fishing video. I am the Regular Dude John. How you doing? I hope all is well. Today, this morning, we are out here on the banks of the Ohio River below the Greenup Loxon Dam, and we are doing what I spend a lot of my time doing, which is chasing bait. Today we're fishing for Mooneye. I've had some questions about Mooneye, so we'll do the best we can to try to answer them. Please keep in mind, I'm not an expert, I'm not a fishyologist. I'm just a regular old dude who catches Mooneye for catfish bait. People have asked me, are they in the shad family or the herring family? I'm not sure. I don't really know. I don't think they're in either one. I think they're in their own. They have their own species. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but I think they call them bony mouths or bony tongues, something like that, because of the amount of teeth that they have in their jaw and on their tongue. And at some point in the video, we're going to try to get a good close look at one. And the range, they have a big wide range all through the Mississippi and the Ohio River basins, and a lot of the tributaries has Mooneye in them. And you can just kind of do a quick internet search and see where if Mooneye is in your area, because they do make a really good catfish bait. I like to use them a lot. I use them quite a bit. They're a good bait. So this is how I catch them. This may not work in every part of the country, on every river or tributary, but this is what I do in order to catch the Mooneye that I'm going to use for catfish bait, and I hope it helps. So enough blabbing, let's get to fishing. Alright guys, here's the rig I'm using. I've got this a little number 6 hook with a cricket on there. I just threaded them behind the head, thread them down through the body onto my hook. A little 3/8 ounce sinker, and then about 2 feet or so I got my bobber, or my cork, or my float, or my strike indicator, whatever it is that you want to call them. And then you can see right out there that current seam. That's what we're fishing. We're going to toss ours out there, and I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up. And we're just going to kind of let it float down that current seam. Where that current converges and that starts spinning around, that's where these Mooneye will be in there feeding. They're looking for dead bugs and dead shiners and anything that's kind of floating down the current that they can eat. We catch them. I catch them the best on crickets and mealworms, but they'll hit wax worms. There's one. Oh, he come off. And sometimes they're hard to hook, and sometimes they're hard to keep on the hook once you do get them hooked. But once I get one in, we'll take a pretty close look at it here, and we'll go from there. Letting it ride that current seam. Sometimes it's hard to fish Mooneye if there's, if the bank is just full elbow to elbow dudes. A lot of times it's hard to let it drift the way that you need to. But you can always, you can always do the best you can. And sometimes they move in. They'll be in here for 5 or 10 minutes real good. And then they'll move out someplace, and they won't get another bite for another 15 or 20 minutes. But you can see there's a bunch of shiners in there right now. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the shiners that are jumping, and there's probably some little hybrid bass and stuff in there, little bass, little white bass in there busting on the shiners. But oftentimes, the same places that you'll find skipjack, the same kind of water, where there's any kind of a current seam, is where you can find some Mooneye, whether it be below one of the dams, or whether it be behind a bridge pylon where the water is converging around the bridge, or a nice big thick rock pile seam. Some place it's got a nice area to where current comes together is where you'll find Mooneye. That's where they like to hang out and feed. And you're just going to have to mess around with it. It's a lot like fishing for bluegill. Sometimes they'll be deep. Sometimes they'll be, up close towards the surface. It's just one of them things that you'll have to, when you find a spot that you want to fish for Mooneye, you'll just have to kind of make adjustments and keep messing around until you find out where they are, or if they're even in there. Sometimes you'll find a spot that looks just like it's just great Mooneye fishing, and there won't be anything around. But Anyway, this is the kind of stuff that I look for when I'm fishing for Mooneye. I look for some place where there's a good current scene. There's one. Not a very big one. Not a very big one, but it's a piece of bait. Let me get my rod out of the way here. Oh, that's a small one. They get a lot bigger than that. So, oh, here comes my ride. But that's what a Mooneye looks like. You can see they got teeth all on their tongue, and all their mouth is full of teeth because they're bug eaters. They like to eat the bugs, and that helps them grip onto their prey as they're feeding. So, Mooneye. Let's see if we can get some more.
I figured it out. This is a giant aquarium.
So I hope I'm getting all this stuff in the camera. I'm not even used to. I'm still not used to this head mount thing yet.
And watching your videos before, you do pretty good.
It's not like I make very good videos anyway.
What's that?
I said it's not like I make very good videos anyway. I do the best I can for a guy who's not a techiologist. There's one. Oh, look how crazy these things are, man. They are just a bundle of energy. Again, these ones that we're catching down here right now below the Greenup Dam, they aren't real big, but for me, that's 2 good pieces of catfish bait. That's what we're after.
November, December, we're down here real screwed.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly this morning. There's one. Well, they fight really good, man. They are fun to catch. But like I say, they're about like trying to catch bluegill. They're fun to catch. They fight hard. I don't mind bait fishing. You know why? Because it makes my pole bend. And I love it when my pole bends. I will say too, I do the same thing with these as I do my skipjack or my shad or any of the bait that I work with. I will put them into the saltwater slurry and kind of shock freeze them. Even when it's cold, I still do that just because the fish will start deteriorating so fast that you need to kind of shock freeze them a little bit. That'll keep them in better shape. And then when you go to put them in the freezer, it just makes for a much better quality bait. So let me get rigged up here again and see if I can't catch another one. Oh man, these things sure are fun to catch. If you can find them, even if you're not fishing for bait, if you're just fishing just to be fishing, they're fun to catch and they'll provide you with a challenge. I am just using a little bit of a, oh man, he come off right at the bank. I'm just using a little bitty panfish rig, guys. This is just one of them little combos that I got from Walmart. I think it was like $24. It's just a little, I think it's a medium action rod. That's all I'm using, just a little panfish setup. Like I said, it's really no different than bluegill fishing or you know, fishing for shell crackers or crappie or anything like that. So that one felt like a little bit of a bigger one there come off of the bank. But like I said, man, them bony mouths, that's they're hard to keep on the hook sometimes. I will say this, guys, they hit fast, and with all the teeth that they have on their tongue and in their mouths, they'll strip your hook pretty quick. So you want to try to keep as much slack out of your line as you can while you're drifting it. Sometimes if it's windy or there's a back current or something like that, it gets pretty difficult. But like I said, they hit really fast and they can strip your hook quick if you're not paying attention. So, oh, there was one. Oh, and they're hard to keep on the hook sometimes. That one there just got off at the bank, like they often do. But we'll try to get one here and get a good close look at it here in a second. We can, been getting a lot of hits. I've been having a hard time getting them hooked up. And a couple of them, there's been a couple more of them get off on the bank of me. But usually, if you can find one, they'll travel in little schools and stuff. So if you can find one, there'll be a couple more around. And like I say, you're just looking for a place that's got some a current seam, to where anything that can, that can converge in there, whether it be below some dams or behind a bridge or behind some barges, any place where there'll be a seam that'll have some dead bugs or shiners or something like that in there. They're pretty much opportunistic feeders. And in my case, they're definitely feeding, because I'm having a hard time keeping them up, keeping them hooked. There's a little one. But I'll take him. Piece of catfish bait. You can get my rod out of the way here. Piece of catfish bait. Catching the Mooneyes. And like I said, here towards the end of the video here, we'll get a good close look at one of them. The mouth and the stuff. So, let's put him in the cooler. Mooneye. Oh. Letting it drift right down that current seam. Just a natural presentation for your bait. Whatever's in that current seam looking to feed is going to be there. And like I say, we're just letting our crickets drift right down that current seam. And that's the result. Try to present it as naturally as possible.
John just slamming them today.
Yep. All right.
He put a new hook on.
That's a decent sized Mooneye. Not a giant. They get bigger than this. We have caught them to where they're up to about a pound or so. But that's about an average good size 3 pieces of bait in there. That's what we're after. Let's see if we can get one more here. Yeah, I think I got one. Again, they're not real big. But we'll take them. They're just a big old ball of energy, man. There we have it. Okay guys, let's see if we can get a good close-up of this Mooneye. This is a good sized Mooneye here. He's probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches total length. This is about an average size that we run here in my section of the Ohio River. They do get bigger. They run, you can get them up to 16, 18 inches, and they'll be a couple of pounds. And a lot of times the big ones that we catch here are goldeye. You see this one here has got the clear silvery eye. A goldeye fish it'll be solid gold, and their mouth will be a little bit more rounded up here with a more of an underbite there. And see if we can get a shot of them teeth on that tongue, and the teeth that are inside the jaw. They're a voracious bug eater. And that's like they can strip your hook so quick, is all them teeth in there. But like I say, here in Ohio anyway, the Mooneye is okay to keep used for bait. The goldeye is not. They are an endangered species, and there's some differences in the fins and so on. But the main way you can tell is by the color of the eye. You can see this silvery part of the eye here, the moon color. On a gold eye, the whole thing would be a darker gold color, and their mouth is a little bit more of an underbite and rounded on the front. So, anywho, Ohio River Mooneye. We caught some bait. Mission accomplished. I hope this helps answer some of the Mooneye questions we've had. And now at some point we're going to put these in the water and try to catch us some big old catfish. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. We'll try to catch some more next time. So until the next time, we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Fishing!